You see, it takes absolute madness, ignorance, and born out of sentiment for anybody to think that anybody supporting what is going on in Nepal is inciting violence in their country or supporting violence. It takes an idiot to even think so. Yes, what am I trying to say? To even start with, like we, who are victims of bad governance in Nigeria, who are victims of misrule from the high-handed people in power, are in support of such protests. That is not equal to inciting violence, because the protesters in Nepal never came out for violence. If they were out for violence, they would have had their arms and weapons from their homes. But they were not. They were only marching in protest to the rubbish that was being dished out to them. Until the government force started shooting at armless people. So who in that case would you say called for violence? Like the case of Lekki Toll Gate, when it happens in the year 2020, who would you say created violence in Lekki Toll Gate? Was it the protester whose only weapon was the Nigerian flag in their hand? No. The Nigerian government came there with their untrained soldiers and beginning to fire live ammunition at innocent and harmless people. So if the country have decided to say, okay, no, this is oppression, and the whole place burst into flame, you will say the protesters incited violence. No. The government, first of all, angered the protesters, making them to discomfort themselves, leaving the house to say we are marching against such injustice because the government is misbehaving, right? Okay, as if that wasn't bad enough, you would order your soldiers, your police to fire at people that have no guns, only marching peacefully. Every protest is always peaceful until the government wants it to turn violent. So in the case of Nigeria, nobody is saying, let's have a peaceful, violent protest. What we're always asking for is, even if it has to be a revolution, there can be a peaceful revolution. In 2023, we almost witnessed a revolution through the ballot. But those that are very good in snatching, grabbing, and running with power did. If Nigeria were prepared in that election, say in case they snatch, grab, and want to run, we will chase at them with whatever word and hunt them down. They would have resulted to violence. Then you will forget to blame the man that snatch, grab, and want to run away with what is not his. So why are we always looking one-sided? In any protest that lead to violence, blame the government. The Nepal government were idiots. They were stupid to have ordered their security forces to fire at harmless and innocent people. The Nigerian government, the next time the people are on the street for a peaceful protest, send your police and soldiers to shoot. It will be worse than this. It will be worse than what you are seeing in Nepal. I just hope Nigeria find the unity. There is nothing like inciting violence here. What Nigeria want is that the system is very, very porous. The system is bad. They are draining life out of us from multiple taxation with nothing to show for it. How are they not taxing us? Increasing what is not increasable. At the end, no evidence. They steal this money, they loot this money, share it among themselves, and take it abroad. If Nigeria were to be united, is Nigeria supposed to still be in one piece now? It's not supposed, because the people perpetrating this crime have no conscience. See, I was surprised when I read a tweet from one guy. I think they call him Amala. But his name is Sheilo. You will know it as Sheilo. But we now recently refer him as Amala, with his Amala look-alike face. He was speaking in defense of the APC, knowing that the APC is messing up and they are scared of a situation like what we've seen in Nepal, and he's writing rubbish. Let me just read his tweet for those of you that may not have seen it before. He said they are happy about Nepal until rebuilding becomes a problem. He said they will never learn from Libya. What concerns Libya and what is happening in Nepal? Libya case was an invasion by the Americans under Barack Obama, led by Hillary Clinton. That was an invasion by the West into further oppress Africa. How do you even connect that to what is happening in Nepal? This Sheilo not get sense. So he said, he went ahead to say, he said, okay, he said they will never learn from the Libya. He said they think revolution won't affect the politicians they love. This Sheilo not get sense. When the revolution comes, the people revolting know who their enemy is. Yes, imagine if there's a revolution today, I know who to go after. That is the basic fact. So you don't need to worry about that Sheyi law. You get the point now. He said, keep forming what you can't sustain. And remember to start in your region. I don't know why this guy just can't stop being tribalistic. Which region are you suggesting is instigating violence or is conceiving the revolution? So who are you directing this your stupid tweet to? So remember to start from your region. Which region? The problem of Nigerians today is from Aso Rock in Abuja. And it is Abuja and APC against the entire population of Nigeria. So if Nigerians will unite, they know where to face. This is not a case of we don't know who the common enemy is. We all do. We know, right? Then the Amala of a guy went ahead to say, he said they will show you burnt buildings and politicians beating. But they won't tell you that the Nepalese are regretting now, regretting fire. They are still on the street. Even when their demands were met, they refuse. So if they are regretting, they will no longer be on the street. Sheyi law receives sense. He said, iconic structures have been destroyed, criminals escaped, women raped, and their property looted. They are already claiming the protest was hijacked. Sheyi law, see, obviously we already understand your position, but I will clear your ignorance. You see, in the case of Nigeria, what are the iconic buildings? I'm aware they burned down their parliament building. For instance, that Nigeria have a revolution, and the government decide to trigger violence like they always do, and the people followed up, and they end up burning down the Senate House or the House of Representative building. That is a building that the ordinary Nigerians have no business with. It doesn't favor the ordinary Nigerians. The ordinary Nigerians have no benefit from those buildings. So you cannot refer to such buildings as iconic building. Iconic to who? If see, Nigerians know who their common enemy is. So women raped, prison, people escape from prison. Who are the people in prison in Nigeria? Innocent people. The politicians are already raping us on daily basis. So I can't see what Sheyi law is even talking about that is already not happening in Nigeria. But just pray that the revolution that the same Nigerian government will trigger doesn't happen sooner than they know. They won't find a place to hide. It's happening in all different parts of the world. We've seen it in Kenya. We've heard of different parts of Africa. Now, Nepal. Nigeria think maybe they must have had a spell on the citizens and it's going to last forever. You see that division, that whatever madness you put in the head of Nigeria, a day will just going to just clear. Because the torment you are inflicting on the people doesn't know your tribe, doesn't know your religion. Everybody is suffering it. The vast majority are suffering it. So one of these days is going to happen, and whichever is affected, whoever is affected, we see it as a sacrifice. As long as a new Nigeria will be born. Nepal will have a new Nepal after this whatever. So forget about the iconic building. Whatever building that is necessary that affect the people will be rebuilt. The resources that was being looted will no longer be looted and can be used for all of those. So stop worrying yourself, Oga Amala, aka Sheyi Law, defending APC media spokesperson. We see you, but don't worry. The best you can do is to tell your government people to do well. No nation that the government is functioning that conceive a revolution or a protest. When the government fail, the only language of the people is revolution. So if Nigerian government continue on this path, anything they see, may they take am, not be other talk am. It is what they are asking for. So if they get it, congratulations to them. So my people, let me know what you think about this. See your thought and opinion at the comment section.
This is the worst government